Do you ever wish that you had a cheat code for understanding exactly what brings women pleasure? Hello, YouTube family. It is Dr. Fenwa Milhouse, board certified urologist, your favorite urologist, co-CEO, co-founder of Down There Urology, this YouTube channel. And I got a quick question for y'all. Do you ever wish that you had a cheat code for understanding exactly what brings women pleasure? Like, how can I get my partner to orgasm? Well, today we're unlocking these secrets backed by science. No more guessing. Let's dive into what the evidence actually says about helping women achieve orgasm. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why most men may be approaching female pleasure the wrong way and what most women actually wish men knew before even touching them in the bed. Let's get into it. We're going to break down anatomy, we're going to break down mindset, and yes, positions, actual positions. But more importantly, you're going to learn how to create an experience that's not just physical, but deeply satisfying for her. All right, penetrators, real talk. Yes, real talk. The biggest bedroom blunder, thinking that penetration alone is enough for female orgasm. Now, that's not to say that penetration doesn't get some women to orgasm, but fact check, only 18.4% of women report that penetration alone is sufficient for orgasm. That means the vast majority of us are missing out on orgasms if penetration alone is thought to get her off. And this is the classic reason for the huge heterosexual orgasm gap between heterosexual men and heterosexual women. Yes, the gap that says that women are least likely to get an orgasm if they're having sex with a penis owner. So over 80% of women need direct clitoral stimulation to climax. Okay, the clitoris was made for pleasure. Say it with me. The clitoris was made for pleasure. Somehow this crucial detail often gets overlooked. It's not taught to us. We kind of neglect it. But think of the clitoris as your partner's favorite song. It should never be skipped. It's no skips, okay? It's biological, all right? The clitoris is biologically similar to the male penis. In fact, the clitoris is jam-packed with so many nerves. It has a greater amount of nerves and nerve density than the head of the penis. Histomorphic metric studies have quantified the mean number of myelinated fibers in the gland's clitoris, and they approximate it at about 10,280. This is compared to between 4,000 and 7,000 myelinated fibers in the gland's penis. With a 6 times higher nerve density per square area than the penis, why would anyone neglect this crucial, sensitive pleasure organ? Okay, I like to tell people the clitoris is the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert. Yet many individuals, many penetrators, many men keep treating the clitoris like the forgotten Netflix series in your queue. It's there, but it never really gets the attention it deserves. It's like, it's there, you want to try it, you want to do it, you want to use it, but like you just skip over it because it's easier. Don't do that, okay? You know, if you really stop to think about it, if the clitoris is like the male gland, the male penis, as a penis owner, think about this. What if somebody was trying to get you off by neglecting your actual penis? Doing everything around it, but not actually touching or involving the penis. Like, it would be harder to get off. It would be harder to reach climax. That's exactly what it's like for over 80% of women. So, what women wish men understood. Here's a little secret. Women wish you knew these 3 magic words: clitoris, communication, connection. Communication. Communication before the act helps facilitate physical arousal. It gets our bodies primed for getting ready for penetration and orgasm. It's like stretching out before you work out, or like preheating the oven before you start baking. Foreplay actually starts in the morning with "Hello, dear. Ooh, you look nice. Oh, I just enjoy seeing your face. Man, I've been thinking about you all day." Communicate, okay? Make us feel wanted, make us feel desired before you even ever touch us. Large population-based studies have shown that emotional intimacy, romantic love, and overall relationship satisfaction are significant predictors of both the frequency and the quality of orgasm in women. When a woman feels emotionally safe and connected to her partner, it's easier to let go and feel good and enjoy the moment, making orgasm more likely. Orgasms aren't just about what's happening in the bedroom and down there. It's also what's happening up here, okay, and around us. And honestly, developing a positive emotional and mental connection is associated with an increased orgasm and frequency in all humans, okay? You know, the more connected we are to the person that we're sharing our private parts with, the less inhibited we are. And inhibition is the enemy of orgasm. If we are guarded, if we are reserved, it's going to limit how much we can get to climax. And so connection is that third C that is super important. Again, clitoris, communication, connection. Now for the good stuff, all right? Dr. Milhouse, what is the actual position, all right? The best position for female orgasms, backed by science and loved by women. Now, before I get started, I have to say that this doesn't apply to 100% of women. Obviously, getting to know your own specific partner is the most important aspect. But here it goes. Missionary with a twist. Think about missionary, but better. Tilt her hips up, elevate her hips with a pillow underneath. This position enhances direct clitoral contact and consistent pressure, significantly boosting the chance of orgasm. More contact equals more fun. So prop those hips up, do the missionary, but get into it and get that contact with the clitoris. Cowgirl, or woman on top. When she's on top, she's in control. She can control the rhythm, the angle, the depth. She can control the amount of pressure on her clitoris, allowing her to kind of get the stimulation exactly to her preference. A 2023 study investigated the relationship between sexual positions and sexual dysfunction in women using an established questionnaire, a validated questionnaire called the Female Sexual Function Index, or FSFI, in just under 200 women. And the study found that women reported significantly higher scores in desire, arousal, lubrication, and orgasm when they were on top compared to other positions. It backs up what many clinicians kind of already notice. Women will report to us that, yeah, when they're not on top, they feel like they have more control of the stimulation, of the pace, of the pressure on their clitoris, and it all feels more satisfying. So let her hop on top and take control. Rear entry positions. Great for deep penetration and hitting the elusive G spot, okay? Bonus points if you add some manual clitoral stimulation while doing this. Oh, a little razzle dazzle, okay? For some vulva owners, it may be too deep for them to get really comfortable. But for the vulva owners where this is comfortable, this may provide ideal angles for kind of intense sensation, deeper sensation underneath the G spot and even deeper. If you want to try a more comfortable rear entry position, try spooning. So laying down and coming from the back. That helps to control the depth better and can still provide that kind of deeper, intense stimulation. By the way, we think the G-spot is really a G-zone, and it is likely coming from the inner parts of the clitoris, because remember, the clitoris isn't just what we see, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But the inner parts of the clitoris, the legs of the cura, or the legs of the clitoris that wrap around the vagina, can be stimulated from within the vagina, angling up towards the upper wall of the vagina. And rear entry positions may be prime positions to try to stroke that area. Also, rhythm matters. So I've talked about positions, but you know what? Rhythm matters. Pressure matters. Think of it like finding y'all's groove, okay? That nice rhythm, that nice pressure. By the way, you don't have to have like rhythm and know how to dance type rhythm, but just the movement of hips and the torso and the putting of strategic pressure to get more contact again with the upper wall of the vagina and or the clitoris. In fact, a 2019 study in the Journal of Sex Research showed that when women actively moved their hips and their torso during intercourse, think of rocking or thrusting, they were more likely to orgasm. This was true even if clitoral stimulation was or wasn't directly happening. So interestingly, just kind of rubbing the clitoris while staying still did not have the same effect as adding motion to it, okay? So motion and lubrication, okay? Make sure it's lubed. Matters when it comes to pleasure, all right? This can be important. You can encourage your partner to also engage by moving their own pelvis during intercourse, finding a rhythm that feels good for y'all. Don't be afraid to tell. Don't be afraid to ask. Does this feel good? Again, communication is your superpower in the bedroom, all right? Most important and better than any specific position is really taking time to build intimacy, trust, and being a good listener, okay? Emotional presence and mindfulness, staying in the moment, reading body cues, responding appropriately, probably matters more than any technique. You know, you ever wonder why maybe some average positions or techniques can lead to mind-blowing firework orgasm? It's probably because of the emotional connection, okay? It's the emotional engagement that makes every move count tenfold. Great sex starts by being present, attentive, responsive, and being a good lover starts by being a good listener, all right? So I hope you liked this video as much as I enjoyed creating it and making it, all right? Share this with someone who might, need a subtle hint, okay? Who wants to be a better lover, a better partner. Let me know what you think. This is about science and education, about all things down there. I'm trying to help you guys out there in the real world. I'm your girl, Dr. Fenwa Milhouse, board certified urologist. And until next time, happy O's and goodbye.